Talk to America about what your goals are, not just about the game of basketball, but beyond.
Well, I think it was a point in time where they said the game of basketball had took a stop. You know, the love of the game wasn't like it was when Mike retired, or when Mike was in his prime and doing the things that he did. By me being a global icon, I want to try to inspire kids not only in America but everywhere to love the game of basketball and know that this is the greatest sport that we have. And every night I go on the court, wherever I am, if I'm in China in the Olympics, if I'm here in New York City, I'm back home in Cleveland, I want to be able to inspire people that's not even there, you know, globally. And, you know, that's how
absolutely. What ticked you off about that? I mean, there's some this economy, there's some broke people out there. That taco meant a lot to them, LeBron.
No, it did. I mean, but you know, you got the it did. I guess when you put it that way, you put it that way, man. But you know, we up 12 points, and you know, we missed more free throws. So they went crazy after that.
Yes, they did go crazy. Did anybody approach you in the street about that? Anybody want to beat you down? Anything like that?
I've been making sure I've been watching my back after that incident.
Exactly. Would it be fair to say that that's one of the reasons why you signed the contract that you signed, because you wanted to put everybody on notice? Do your job if you want me to stay here.
Well, I think I signed a short-term deal was the absolute, just to try to keep my options available. At the end of the day, we all know this is a business. And you never know, you know, getting locked down in a 6 or 7 year deal, you never know what may happen. So, you know, with me being able I'm turning 25 and me still being young and having a lot of years of my NBA career, I wanted to have the option to see if I wanted to do anything else. He don't know what's going on. He knows, you know, he see his dad on TV come to the games, and the 1 year old, he just do what he want to do. But, you know, I want my friends and family to know that I was always been a genuine man, you know, and I want my kids know that their father was great.
I mean, you were in the NBA Finals a couple of years ago. You're in the Eastern. You're already competing for an NBA World Championship.
We want to win it. We want to win it. I want to win it, you know, and I'm gonna do whatever it takes to get our guys prepared to go out there and win it.
Do you feel from accepting the challenge, knowing that you were walking into situations that were flagrantly unfair, that you were operating behind the 8 ball, at a disadvantage, courtesy of a system and an entity that obviously had a lot of power and influence to compromise whatever your aspirations were? You do it, I do it. There are people that sit up there. You ain't the only one that accused me of attacking him. I would ask you to recall what I said. What I said is that I have been supporting this man. What I didn't support was you sending, not you, meaning him, sending the message that everything has to be ideal and everything has to be fair in order for me to embrace the challenge to acquire what I have been behind the scenes through my camp telling everybody I want. If you don't want to work out, that's fine. If you think it's unfair and you want, and I know, Max, you want to get in, I'm going to bring you in.
Yeah.
And you want to, if you don't think it's fair, that's fine. And you want to get your lawyer, and your lawyer wants to stand up there and say, this waiver is an issue. We're ready to work out, but not until they alter this waiver, etc. That's different. But to not do the workout, to change location, and then to go and give a speech to the media without taking any questions, any inquiry as to what's really going on, you are leaving others to surmise what the hell happened.
Can I
and I
answer
don't
that
think
real
that's
quick?
fair.
Theo, do you mind if I jump in, Theo?
Yes, before you do that, but
Go ahead,
what
go.
I want is transparency, Stephen A. And that's like I've done it. I've had incidents throughout the course of my career, and then there have been times where I've gone into interviews where I've done an hour and a half, 2 hours of an interview, and then they break down and they edit, and then you guys get on the show, and there's a panel of people, and then they break down whatever clips that they show. They're not showing the entire hour and a half or 2 hours of that interview that I've done. So what he wanted was transparency for people to see the full workout, to see the full Colin Kaepernick. Again, you mentioned obviously Max is going to get in here, and like I said, I'm in the streets. Max almost seems blacker than you, Stephen A. with his commentary.
With all due respect, my brother.
I'm just saying, dog.
Wait a minute. Wait to finish.
I'm just saying.
I'm going to check you right now. You don't cross the line.
I'm just saying.
Tell me. Wait a minute. You don't cross the line. First of all, like I said, you, Colin Kaepernick, Eric Reed, any of y'all that want to debate me in front of black people and talk about what's best for black people, name the time and place, I'll show up. I don't want to hear, what's the definition of blackness? Is there a definitive definition of blackness? Why are you giving the impression that because I don't march lockstep, you're defending Colin Kaepernick now? In my case, I've defended Colin Kaepernick on numerous occasions throughout the years. I'm talking about the Mike Wilbons, the James Browns, and everybody in between. Black folks all over the country, all in the media, everybody speaking up on behalf of Colin Kaepernick. But Colin Kaepernick. You're the one person that don't have anything to say. You step aside while brothers and sisters who know that you were right to want to address police brutality, who know that you were right to want to address racial oppression, who know that you were right when you say that you didn't deserve to be blackballed, that you didn't deserve to have your cause politicized. All of us are fighting on behalf of you, but you are the one that won't speak up for yourself. Do you have a problem with that?
Well, I think the thing is, in the black community, like I said, I'm in the streets. I hear what's going on.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
The thing is, I think, Stephen A., you have a platform. It's okay to disagree, but it was the way you were going about it. It was almost like you were attacking him. And I think the thing with Colin Kaepernick and the way that things shifted right at the doorstep of this workout is just the transparency. You alluded to the document. As that related, I mean, as I was referring to with the document, the waiver, again, like I said, when you insert language into something that's not standard, then obviously you have to take time to review those documents. And like I said, they weren't given adequate time to do that. And so to now insert that and then think that he was going to sign it right at the door front, then that's not fair. You giving him, if you're going to give him a fair workout, then give him a fair workout. He was allowed no media access. They were trying to dictate who his receivers were.
I have to stop you there. I have to stop you there. Great guy. Great guy. The parents of J.R. Smith I run across all the time, particularly his father, Earl. Good man. Got a lot of respect for them. I actually happen to like J.R. Smith a lot. I've known J.R. Smith since his days in Denver. He was the Sixth Man of the Year in 2013 for the New York Knicks. Very, very deserving of that reward. All of those things. And by the way, J.R. Smith is actually a very, very nice guy. So I want to preface my comment by saying that to let everybody know that I acknowledge these things. But it's important that if you're going to get at me, you know, look, I'm sitting up here, Bloviate, we talking, we going back and forth. But make no mistake about it, I know what the hell I'm talking about. And when you challenge me on issues, particularly on things that are fact-based, I'm going to be ready. And J.R. Smith is wrong about this. I wasn't talking about J.R. Smith.
When they played against Boston, J.R. Smith was sitting on that bench in the fourth quarter with a hoodie on. I don't know why the hell Nike made these damn uniforms that have hoods attached to it, by the way. You got a lot of those white folks in the audience that's going to think this is Trayvon Martin being revisited. And I'm not joking about it. The bench is no place for somebody to be wearing hoodies. I have no problem with hoodies. People shouldn't be stereotyped and stigmatized for wearing hoodies. I totally agree with the Miami Heat and Dwayne Wade and LeBron James and Chris Bosh and Ray Allen and all of those guys when they donned those hoodies back then after the shooting of Trayvon Martin by that wannabe cop, Mr. Zimmerman, who should have been convicted. But the bench for a basketball player sitting on a bench with his team, that is no place for a hoodie. I don't know why the hell Nike did that. They need to get rid of them damn hoodies. There's no place for a hoodie. A hoodie shouldn't be attached to a uniform that you can wear while you're on the bench during a game. But J.R. Smith had it on, and he wasn't happy. And psychologically, he can't deal with the relegation to the degree that Dwayne Wade can deal with it. Line, layup drills, or the warm-up line, or whatever, the layup line, rather, or whatever. I was talking specifically, since J.R. Smith wants to ignore this, I was talking specifically about the J.R. Smith that was on the bench because he had only played 3 minutes in the fourth quarter of that opener against Boston, Max Kellerman, when he was sitting on the bench with his hoodie on, looking like a sad puppy because D. Wade was on the floor for 8 of those 12 minutes, as opposed to J.R. Smith, who obviously reportedly was very upset at the fact that he was taken out of the starting lineup. My comments about the hoodie was simple. When they played against Boston, J.R. Smith was sitting on that bench in the fourth quarter with a hoodie on. I don't know why the hell Nike made these damn uniforms that have hoods attached to it, by the way. You got a lot of those white folks in the audience that's going to think this is Trayvon Martin being revisited. And I'm not joking about it. The bench is no place for somebody to be wearing hoodies. I have no problem with hoodies. People shouldn't be stereotyped and stigmatized for wearing hoodies. I totally agree with the Miami Heat and Dwayne Wade and LeBron James and Chris Bosh and Ray Allen and all of those guys when they donned those hoodies back then after the shooting of Trayvon Martin by that wannabe cop, Mr. Zimmerman, who should have been convicted. But the bench for a basketball player sitting on a bench with his team, that is no place for a hoodie. I don't know why the hell Nike did that. They need to get rid of them damn hoodies. There's no place for a hoodie. A hoodie shouldn't be attached to a uniform that you can wear while you're on the bench during a game. But J.R. Smith had it on, and he wasn't happy. And psychologically, he can't deal with the relegation to the degree that Dwayne Wade can deal with it.
The tour, how he tapped out. I remember that.
Yes, I did.
But I recall Nate Diaz hitting him first and wobbling him, which ultimately led to him ending up on the mat too.
Anyone can be hit with a good shot. Okay, we cannot overlook Nate Diaz. He's a warrior, awesome.
Boxing ring professionally.
He's still a warrior. He's still a fighter. He's still a warrior. He's still a fighter. And every time Conor McGregor has went out there in the UFC and he was victorious, he was standing up. Only time he took an L is when he was on the ground. But every time he stood up, he kicked ass. To make 9 figures, why not? Why not? So I put myself in a position.
Why are we here? Why are we getting ready to watch Floyd Money Mayweather in the ring against Conor McGregor August 26th?
Oh man, this is what the world demanded. I put myself in the right position to make it happen. So I put myself in the right position to make it happen. It's all about chess. And it's not really about being on the chessboard anymore. It's about controlling the chessboard. And, you know, that's what I was able to do.
How to control the chessboard with this particular fight?
Well, easy. You know, I knew what to say. You know, I knew when to say it. I knew what to post on social media. And I know, you know, some cool people, some cool places to make certain calls. You know, to make this big event happen.
Did you want this fight?